Welcome. Well, welcome back on land, Isabelle, and congratulations, because we're really happy for you. It must be a big feat for you. You said earlier on that this race was an encounter with yourself. What did you discover? I met things that I already knew. I think I encountered the worst and the best. I think it was the opportunity to have like a mirror that would expand my reactions, my problems, and my ability to rebound, to do something differently, to find the energy to repair and to restart in a different way. Because I had the feeling during the whole course that you had to think about the future differently. From the beginning, actually, the race didn't start as I had expected, and I had to review every step. So you question yourself, you resetted your own mental programming for this. Yes, completely. I had to review constantly my expectations. And each time I had to question myself, and in the positive or in the negative way. For example, I wasn't expecting such a bad start. I have to be honest. That was really difficult for me to swallow. But after that, on the contrary, I found myself with an ability to push hard and to take good trajectories and to build good strategies and to be in the match once again when I thought it wasn't possible. So it's funny what you're saying, because in the video that you sent us, we thought that you were controlling everything, and now today we see a different point of view. Was it a strategy on your part to communicate in this way? No, it was not a strategy. Actually, I was forcing myself a little bit, because it was strange. I felt a sort of pressure in the radio interviews when I said what I thought, and I could tell from time to time that it didn't match the expectations. So I think sometimes I didn't say everything because at some point maybe I wanted to say that everything was not going well, and maybe tomorrow won't be well either, but it would not have been well perceived. So we are looked at as heroes, and we must act as heroes. And sometimes I didn't really want to do that. So maybe in the videos I didn't show everything, but really I tried to be myself and not to lie. It's true what you're saying, because there was kind of an injunction to send us emotions and this bowl of fresh air that we all needed, and we all wanted you to be happy on sea. Yes, that's exactly it. It was really interesting. The messages that I received were all of support and encouragement. They were very pleasant, but at the same time, I could tell that people wanted us to feel good all the time. That when we weren't feeling good, we could take some distance, but actually the real life was not like that. When it was difficult, it was difficult. When you rebound, you're proud, but you can't rebound too early. So you are speaking about your start of the race that was all messed up, but not completely, and you really you had a rebound after. Do you think you have proved some things, and you have impressed many people? your own glance on yourself is really important, but is the glance of your peers also important? Yes, it's important. I wish it wasn't, but actually it is. And that really comforted me to listen and to see the message of Jean the day I retired from the race. I think I cried with this because the disappointment was so immense, and I realized that what I had done was done, and people were looking at this. We are all different, and sometimes we don't look at each other in an objective way. I'm very demanding with myself, and in those southern seas, I worked very hard, but sometimes I felt like I was getting the worst to go faster and faster. It didn't leave much space to look at everything I had accomplished. So from time to time, I looked back, I took a break, and I told myself to see what I had already done. And I received messages that encouraged me to do this. And it enabled me to take a little bit of distance and realize that I was in the top 5 when I wasn't believing in it anymore. So although it was really hard, I told myself I have to rejoice. So yeah, there were a lot of discussions like this. Did you discover nature, wilderness and its beauty? Yes, a lot. It's clear that the landscapes that we see in the southern seas are unique. The sea is very particular. It is wild. It is scary. And at the same time, it's completely crazy to surf like that all day long. Because it's true that on our boats, surfing is the best. Sometimes we navigate during hours closed hull in order to surf just a few minutes. But in the south, it was days, full days of surfing and feeling the boat running fast. That was beautiful. And I was really, really moved by the nights in the Pacific Ocean. I had never seen this before. It was so magnificent. The nights were very short, obviously, because it was the summer. There was always an orange horizon and amazing moons. And I felt like I was in a fairy tale when I was looking at the sky. So now questions in the audience.
C'est des questions. Sinon, on poursuit, hein? On poursuit entre nous.
Bonjour.
Hello, Isabelle. Can you describe what you felt when you reached the channel and you saw this crowd for you? A lot of emotions. I realized I had a lot of gratitude. I lived this as a gift, the gift of my finish, all this crowd who was there for me to remind me that what I had done was something incredible, and so that I wouldn't forget it.
Y a-t-il d'autres questions? Bon, bah moi, j'en ai d'autres, hein, du coup.
In the southern seas, there was this threat, knowing that you had a boat similar to Kevin Escoffier's boat. Did that weigh on you? Yes, it did a lot, because of course, I was navigating on PRB's sister ship, but I realized also that for the other skippers who were sailing on different boats, they were moved by this. And I admit that at that point, I really pushed myself not to go down with my fear. And when I entered the southern seas, I know PRB sinked. And at that time, I was accelerating. I was coming back into the match. There was a part of me that was afraid. And there was a part of me who told herself that it's not because him with his boat had a problem, which is which concerns his boat, that it's going to happen to me. And at some point, I had to take some distance from this fear and say, yes, sometimes I am afraid when the boat nosedives. I think about it. I think about Kevin, but I'm not going to slow down now, because I thought that if I slowed down at that moment, it would be like coming back down the Atlantic once again. And that's not what I wanted. Yes, the beginning of your race was quite timid because you wanted to be prudent, but then you were quite frustrated with us. So then you changed the speed mode. Yes, the second front I had off Portugal really scared me, because I told myself it wasn't possible for me to go back to Les Sables d'Olonne now at this point. I think I was marked by my different retirements in the last 2 years, and I was ready to do everything but to come back to Les Sables d'Olonne. That's why I chose to tack and to leave the front go by and have 200 miles distance from the front of the fleet. And after that, I continuously tried to catch up. And at the beginning was really complicated because the weather forecast was favoring the front runners, as it happens very often. And every day I saw that the 200 miles became 400, and then 400 became 600. And I had quickly a few technical issues, which slowed me down. So once this front passed, I really had the feeling of trying to give it my everything to catch up. But at the beginning, it didn't pay off. And it really paid off when I actually stopped believing it. At some point, I told myself, I want to go around. I will do it in the match or not. Now it's not myself who can control this. And I was really focused on rebuilding my back pulpit, because I really wanted to enter the southern seas with handrails and a repaired pulpit, and to feel safe on my boat. And at some point, I focused on that. I didn't even understand what happened, but once it was repaired, I told myself I'm back in the race. And then after in the Great South, it must have been a great pleasure to fight like that. Yes, it was very motivating. It was very fulfilling. Every 4 hours, the ranking was something amazing. It was like a verdict, a permanent verdict. What have I lost? What have I gained in the last 4 hours? And at the same time, I found it difficult because I realized that it was difficult for me to feel that some maneuvers were difficult, and I couldn't do the maneuvers one after the other like the other competitors. Mostly in the jibes, I lost a lot of ground. So there was some frustration and sometimes a feeling of panic when I was approaching the ice zone and the prohibited zone, because when you go along it, you had to jibe several times. And I know that when I jibed in 39 knots, I could lose 50 miles in a maneuver. So there was a mix of excitement and panic, because I was thinking I was going to lose again 50 miles when I had regained some. So it was a mix of and a huge intensity. Did you communicate between each other, with each other, when you were close to the other skippers? Not everyone, but Boris did. With everyone, I communicated with Boris and with Samantha, who sent me regular messages to encourage me. And after, the whole group was communicating, but not individually. It was more about jokes and fun things to remind ourselves that we were there to also have fun. You spoke about this traumatism of not wanting to come back to Les Sables d'Olonne because you had 2 difficult years, and a project that was not simple. So I imagine that the satisfaction is even higher today. Yes, this Vendée Globe shows what the whole project was about. It's like the Vendée Globe has lasted several years. There were a lot of promises. There were some pauses. There were times when I stumbled and when the whole project stumbled, but we started again. We made the good choices, and we met a wonderful sponsor who trusted us completely. And all this made me feel more and more confident along the project. And the team was closer and closer. And this Vendée Globe was about this also, that along the Vendée Globe, I was feeling more and more confident, although I knew constantly that it could stop from one day to the next. So I was telling me, yes, maybe it could stop tomorrow, but yes, I have done, I have passed Cape Lewing, I have passed Cape Horn. So at every little issue, I felt stronger, and the whole project has been like this. It was not linear at all. It was very rich in apprenticeship. And today I would never exchange my place for anyone else's. Hello, Isabelle. So after all these obstacles that you have overcome and this first round the world, it's a real victory for you? Oh yes, it's a victory for me. I feel like I have won. I haven't won the Vendée Globe, but what I have won is enormous. After this adventure, do you come back different from when you started? Yes, surely. I don't know, but I think I will know it in the coming days, months, or years even. Today, I don't know. Today, I feel like I am myself, knowing who I am, but not being able to play another game. But certainly there are things that have changed. But as of today, I feel, I have the impression that I've seen myself as I really am.
Peut-être dernière question, ensuite on va te laisser profiter des tiens. De quoi tu as envie aujourd'hui?
What is your desire today, now? So first of all, to enjoy my friends who came from far away to celebrate my finish, to enjoy my team, my partners, and enjoy this sunny day. To feel that I am on land because 3 months at sea when it's moving all the time is really long, nothing more. Thank you very much, Isabelle, and congratulations again.
Without love.